Welcome, wonderful wanderers, to the whimsical world of Mythalel's dimension. We don't commence with a casual, commonplace canvas, no, but with a rather routine yet remarkable woodworking wizard, a man with the magical might of a merry mermaid-milking megalodon. This peculiar person, whom we've with regret referred to as Bob, is as solid as sturdy oak. He's not your normal, nondescript neighbor, oh no, he's a wizard with pride. He wouldn't wiggle a rabbit out of a hat to save his magical mermaid milk. Just consider him a maestro of manipulation, a captivating conjurer of crafts. This Bob bloke is on a grand, gallant quest to create, hold your breath, a shelf. Yes, you heard it right, a shelf, armed with a so-called unicorn-horned chisel which waltzes within his woefully mutated fingers. He toils tirelessly in a world as bewitching as a bargain bin bordello bride. Now, let's navigate to the object of his labor, the luminary of our law, a plank. But oh, this is no ordinary piece of timber. It's a plank pulsating with more magic than the master magician Bob could muster. It's whispered that only our fastidiously fixated Bob, with his unparalleled craft, could possibly pinpoint its true potential. His hands, guided by the secretive whispers of the plank, gradually reveal the hidden wonder it holds, that it is, in fact, just another piece of wood. Under his alleged wizardry, the plain plank prepare for the drumroll, into a bookshelf. Yes, you got it right, a bookshelf, a titanic token of Bob's baffling ability to transfigure timber into, well, more timber. And as the eve edges near, the whispers of an upcoming party grow louder, a party where this bookshelf will be the star and signal the arrival of the much-anticipated guests, the sources for animated books. Almost as if apparating from the mystical marvels of Act 1, we find Bob, the bashful buzzkill's malignant monster, turned bon vivant, backing away from his latest breathtaking masterpiece in his bewitching burrow. Tonight isn't simply a pause or a pit stop to pacify a creative pounding. It's a challenge, a compelling call to capture creative currents by the cupful and make a toast to the trials and tribulations of his thrilling trade. He's about to barge into the anniversary bash of a fellow artisan's guitar gallery, Swan's Crossing's Enchanted Guitars, available exclusively at reverb.com. It's a party where the air is abundant with amusement, apathy, and a collective commitment to shedding tears over tarnished paint. And amidst this lively scene, the self-proclaimed Pirate King is seen digging through the flower beds in pursuit of his elusive treasure map, creating a side spectacle. The camera cuts to the hustle and bustle, the lively laughter, and the occasional awkward amble of the gathering, a haven of hilarity so contagious you could catch it, like indigestion from a jalapeno. Bob bursts onto the scene, a man on a mission with a mere plank of wood as his trusted comrade. A regular Robin Hood, only instead of plundering from the prosperous, he's purloining the party's dullness. As he adroitly amalgamates ambitiously, his cross-pollinations of party cliques are as smooth as silk and twice as tantalizingly tactful. Participants are propelled towards him like moths to a mesmerizing flame, or in this case bees to a basic plank of wood. Each exchange, each echoed tale of woeful woodworking is a stride towards surmounting his creative roadblocks. The party, a test of his tenacity and our tolerance, acts as a potent potion, part invigorating, part infuriating, all Bob. As the dusky evening begins to stumble over its own steps like a giraffe in shackles, Bob bids his brothers a bon voyage, his heartbeat brimming with boldness and a bit of pixie dust. His resolve, much like his peculiar pick, his choice of party props, is more powerfully pumped than ever. The scene seals with Bob tiptoeing back into his private wood-altering dimension, the door dramatically dangling behind him like the perforated punchline, prepared to pop into a shared jovial jest we're all in on. As the screen fades to pitch black, a wave of wonder and relief washes over us, signaling the return of the enchanting chronicle of the mystical plank. The plank is ready to re-emerge, augmented through the resplendent and radiant transformation more enigmatic than any sentient piece of wood has ever before been, and hopefully without a black list. As Bob girds himself for the imminent trial of his craft, suddenly the door shimmers and swings open, revealing Casper and Uncle Bud. Don't know them? Read the animated books. Casper, a recognized character in the community, who is continually applauded for his captivating charisma, casually crashes onto the couch or sofa, whatever you want to call it, his face flush in a fusion of fleshly freckles flaunting flamboyantly. His dramatic entrance, no less than a beacon of hope in an uncharacteristically grim garage. This hope magically morphs the mission into a mystical masquerade, marauding masterfully. Following him is Uncle Bud, a charismatic conundrum from the cryptic corners of the community, helming a hypothetical pirate ship. He saturates the space with stories of his countless compromised capers, cracking with comedic chaos creatively embedded, each narrative more and more like a broom where it doesn't belong, being more impaled rectally than the next man. He seems to enjoy the pain. His aura, abundant with allure and a peculiar prudence procured through numerous misadventures, permeates the place, converting it into a colorful cavalcade of comedy and cleverness. His tales, teeming with the tradition of his past pitfalls, capture the room's attention, causing a pixie on the timber to slip into a beer. As he acknowledges Bob with a nod, a sly smile that slides across his face, sprawling like a surreal succulent under the moonlight, suggesting he's part of a private prank. Prank indeed. Uncle Bud sheds light on the greatest of maps. The plumes of his exhaled future-traveling bong smoke reveal a truly tasty treasure. The Pirate King's long-lost treasure map. Their arrival at this crucial curricular crunch time in this unconventional cerebral ceremony breathes a unique burst of buoyancy into the workshop. The timber, now throbbing with fresh energy, twinkles ever brighter as if dusted with the dazzle of pixie dust. Under their watchful and whimsical gaze, this anti-stereotypical, temperately tempered timber causes a captivating scene in its hilarious transformation that'll have the entire neighborhood in knots. Bob, Casper, and Uncle Bud, bonded by superglue and pixie dust, stand ready to homogenate the humble hardwood with a hypnotically hard-to-understand essence. As the team takes a pause, Casper, with a twinkle in his eye, leaps onto an impromptu stage, the workshop bench. He clears his throat with a theatrical flourish and embarks on a whimsical discourse. "Ladies and gentlemen," he begins, his voice echoing off the timbered walls like a game of Pong, "I beseech you to lend me your ears and $5. Today I bring to you a tale most peculiar, a tale of mythical beasts and their unintended consequences." His audience, Bob and Uncle Bud, chuckle, leaning against their workstations and pulling out their wallets, their attention piqued. Casper launches into a tale of unicorns, their magical horns, and a mythical tribe of errant aborigines that considered them a delicacy. His words windy wildly and paint a vivid picture in the air like some kind of wizardly projector. As he narrates the tribe's misadventures, their unicorn feasts leading to unpredictable bouts of levitation, technicolor sneezes, and the occasional transformation into random knickknacks. Each consequence is more absurd than the last, and the workshop rings with laughter. Casper's storytelling prowess produces plunder, his comedic timing impeccable. He takes their money at their joy. The laughter, the camaraderie, the shared moment of joy fills the workshop with a magical energy, lifting spirits and forging a stronger bond between our characters. As the laughter subsides, Casper bows, a playful grin on his face. The workshop, now filled with an infectious energy, is ready for the enchanting battle that lies ahead. In a sudden twist of fate, their cache of pixie dust depleted, Casper and Uncle Bud find themselves in an unexpected predicament. A man-eating bush, of all things, bars their path in their quest for pixie dust. The bush, gnarled and menacing, cackles ominously, its leafy maw snapping hungrily. Casper, ever the jester, attempts to distract the bush with a comical dance, his antics eliciting chuckles even from the cranky bush. Meanwhile, Uncle Bud, armed with wisdom and a penchant for tongue-twisting alliteration, begins to chant a spell to pacify the bush. Bushy brambles, biting bark, be benign, be banal, be benched in the park. His voice rings out, the rhythmic chant weaving a pacifying spell around the bush. The bush, bemused and pacified, ceases its cackling, its leaves rustling in what seems like a reluctant shrug. With the bush placated, Casper and Uncle Bud make a triumphant retrieval of the pixie dust. Their laughter echoes around them, a triumphant melody that celebrates their victory over the bizarre obstacle. With pixie dust in hand and laughter still ringing in their ears, Casper and Uncle Bud return to the workshop, ready for the next phase of the enchantment. Their spirits are high, their resolve unbroken, their camaraderie stronger than a tall building. They are ready for the odyssey of enchantment. As we prestigiously prance purposefully forward, perchance to perceive the teetering pedestrian plank, skirting the seductive edge of a mystifying metamorphosis masterminded by Bob and his boisterous brothers, the cryptic Casper and the enigmatic Uncle Bud. We see boldly breakdancing onto the stage, Bob's intense inquiry. It invades the wooden enigma, enveloping an aura of determination as dense as dewdrops at dawn. But beware, this plank is no common cut of timber. It's a tempestuous client, as tough as an ancient aqueduct still viable, radiating a rousing fascination. Its surface sings a sweet symphony of secretive sorcery, reflecting the vibrant visage of a vivacious Christmas tree, teeming with technicolor tinsel, twinkling with high-powered batteries. The plank, though silent, sparkles under Bob's brainy, burning gaze, sharing tales of magical metamorphoses, and the captivating contest of craftsmanship, courage, and trembling takes off. With hands oscillating like an overzealous orchestra conductor, Bob, the wizard of woodworking, unleashes his potent toolbox, and the wood-whittling wonderment whooshes into action. But as Bob girds himself for the endeavor ahead, the door dances open, divulging the entrance of the Pirate King. He stands there in a cloak swollen with the secrets of the sea, his eyes gleaming with a thirst for treasure. "I know she's here, I can smell her," he announces with a voice as deep and rugged as an ocean storm on a moonlit night. The Pirate King then speaks. "Listen well, for I have a riddle for thee. Memorize these words, for they may save your life one day. What has keys but can't open locks? What has space but no room? And can you enter but can't go outside?" A hush falls over the room as they puzzle over his words, the mystery as enigmatic as the plank itself. The Pirate King joins them as they focus on the plank. Each calculated cut from the saw is a clever coup in this captivating craft, or so Bob believes. In truth, every incision instigates a flurry of sawdust, painting a picturesque winter panorama in Bob's bustling workshop. This isn't just any old timber, it pulses with a mystical magic, or maybe it's just a mirage made manifest in Bob's intrigued irises. Bob's meticulous measurements, checked, rechecked, and checked again for good luck, serve as his shield in this struggle against sameness. Each measurement made meticulously seems to strip the plank of its plain facade, casting a comedic chorus of light and shadow, or perhaps it's the playful prank of too much pixie dust. The plank pulses with impatience, radiating and echoing with anticipation, practically glowing with glee, as if it too were thrilled to be reborn as a titanic tomb tower. The grand entrance of Bob, his glittery, preposterous tools, and his unwavering will, coupled with the Pirate King's surprise appearance, all contribute to the upcoming unearthly transformation, or, as we more sensibly say, a mountainous monument of literature. And then with a flamboyant flourishing flourish and a fanciful, final, forceful saw stroke, the magical metamorphosis is complete, revealing a magnificent, mind-blowing, and massively magical bookshelf. This concludes this part of our adventure. Brace yourselves, bookworms and builders, for the bewitching bookshelf's breathtaking destiny in Part 3. As we bid farewell to the bustling workshop and the sawdust snowfall, we invite you to envision the enchanting exploits and electrifying encounters that await our bountiful bookshelf. Will it be a beacon for bibliophiles, a bastion of bedazzling books, or perhaps the brave battleground for a bewitched bookworm? Oh, the tantalizing tales it could tell. But wait, what's this? A murmur of mischief, a whisper of whimsy. Yes, dear viewers, the sagacious saga of our crafted colossus isn't over yet. A cryptic clue, a curious conundrum is yet to be unraveled. The Pirate King still searches for his map, and our heroic trio, Bob, Casper, and Uncle Bud, stand ready for another rollicking round of riveting adventure. So, what say you, valiant viewers? Will you heed the call of the crafted colossus? Will you join us on this jolly journey of jubilant jest and jigsaw jamboree? If your answer is a resounding yes, then let your fingers dance delightfully over the like button and let them leap enthusiastically onto the subscribe button. Remain tuned into our channel and prepare yourself for the tantalizing tale of the bookshelf's destiny. So smash that subscribe button, tickle the like icon, and tune in for the enchanting encore of our bewitching bookshelf saga.